But this has been, really, 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 really great. It's been wonderful for our listeners to hear. And I love that you guys are giving back, not just sharing your story, because we have Toyam as a shining star. You're doing this, but your family has been so generous with the Toyam Marath grant. And we do the yearly fundraiser at Stage. You want to talk about that, Pushkar?
Yeah, I mean, we have a restaurant in South Florida. We have multiple different restaurants. Where restaurants is a way where people kind of get together, eat together, and share their own stories on the table. So what we wanted to do, we wanted to tell our story and Toyam's story in a larger audience, not to just benefit or gain any sort of sympathy, but we wanted people to know what is SM, and there's no better cause for us, at least, because it's so close to our hearts. Every year you come in and you're there, you talk about SM, has helped some of the other families who didn't really have the children in their families, but their relative or their someone's niece or nephew. Nicole and I, we're lucky to have an early intervention, but some parents find this when their kids are teenagers. So it's spreading awareness, raising funds for research is what our like really our goal is. And this will be our fourth year doing the dinner at Sarge. And every year we are growing, and we have raised lots of funds towards the research and also towards the families who can't afford the treatment. And I know you, Dr. E, are so generous in your own ways to help all these different families. So we're not going to stop here. We are going to make sure a lot of families get benefited. And we just want to make sure that what Nicole and I had to go through to find the therapy and find you. I think by doing these dinners, we're spreading awareness about if a child is not speaking to you, doesn't mean he's trying to be non-compliant or trying to be rude. Give those children their space and know more about them. It might be an SM or something else you don't know. So don't judge kids, especially the younger ones.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. This year, 2025, it's January 30th, 2025. My family will be coming down. Dr. Jenna and I will be speaking. We're super excited. I know some of the families at the Smart Center are going to come as well. And for families that aren't able to come, there's ways to donate. And just so people understand, the Selective Mutism Research Institute, which was founded quite a few years ago, was actually founded originally by a family that came to a selective mutism conference I gave in Ohio at the time, and the family was from Chicago. Just such a generous, wonderful family, and they brought their daughter to me, and the daughter had been in treatment for many years, and the child did so well relatively quickly, and the family said, "What can we do to help?" And I said, "Well, here's some brochures, pass them out." And they're like, "No, what can we really do?" And I said, "Well, obviously, the more research." And the family went, "Done. We're going to start a research institute." So SMRI was originally started by a family that I worked with, and we did the SCAT study. And we're presently helping and supporting doctoral trainees to do research. And like you said, there's different grants to help with lowered fees for Communicamp and things like that. And we lower them too through financial assistance and sliding fee scales because we don't want families not to be able to attend for financial reasons. So there's lots of opportunities. And if there's researchers listening, clinicians listening, and you have studies that you're very passionate about, please reach out to us because if that's a study that we can certainly help support in some sort of way, we certainly will. So the more funding we get, the more we can hire outside statisticians and researchers to help with this process. So this is wonderful. You guys have been amazing, SMRI, and your generosity in doing this amazing fundraiser at Stage. And yes, it's a fundraiser, but I just have to tell you, Stage is just so delicious. You have the most unbelievable restaurant, and you are such a genius chef. Oh, I'm going to make you blush, Pushkar, but I remember Nicole telling me that one morning you just kind of woke up and you were just like, "Oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do," and blah blah blah, and you just put it together. I can't even make an omelet, Pushkar. So you have to understand when I hear that you can come up with this in-depth recipe and it's just so incredible. Your restaurant is just our one of our very favorite places to go in all of Florida. So I have to say that to our listeners.
Yeah. Well, I also want to tell listeners while you're gonna be part of this amazing dinner, you're donating money for the amazing cause. You're gonna meet a lot of different parents, hear a lot of experiences, but at the same time, you're also gonna get an amazing dinner,
Yeah.
which is gonna be a one evening to remember. It's a win-win in all aspects, and I invite all the parents because it more the merrier. The weather right now in South Florida is better than anywhere in America. So that's the reason we live here. So come in and join us. The date is January 30th. The details are on Stage's website, SMRI's website. Buy your tickets, email us. Our emails are online. Email Dr. E. And if you can make it, like Dr. E mentioned, we would love your donations, and you could see how many smiling faces you find because of your donations. And just like it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to help the cause. It's something Dr. E started, and we all want to kind of chip in any which way where we could help so many more kids. And there's more research, meaning we could help these kids find their voices faster because the research is such an important thing. We have to continue to build this research and continue to help SMRI.
No, that's all wonderful advice. And one thing we talked about as far as the research, the grants, but also the training to be able to offer trainings to schools to be able to really train teachers. And it's through all of this that that information gets out there to be able to really understand SM as a social communication anxiety disorder, understanding the factors that contribute to the development and maintenance of SM, and understanding the stages these children are at to begin the treatment. It's not just treat to speak, treat to speak. It does not work if the child is not ready to speak. So it's about understanding the child, the parenting dynamics, educating the school, and knowing how to educate. So it's really an incredible situation. And one last advice, if you go to the fundraiser or even go to dinner at Stage, is do not eat for almost 24 hours in advance and wear elastic waistband.
Lovely. I love it. And and also a lot of times people have asked, is like, oh my God, Dr. E could run for the governor. She speaks so well, or run for being a president. You are inspiration within yourself, and we look up to you. So thank you for being such a good leader in this subject and kind of doing this for your own daughter a long time ago. And hence, you're an inspiration to Nicole and I and a lot of the parents to advocate for their child and many others who share the same stories.
Thank you so much. This has been just such a wonderful, uplifting podcast. And again, I love seeing the two of you. So thank you. Thank you. And I will see you in January.
Yes,
Thank
Dr.
you.
E. I mean, I know Pushkar's like, you want to go to another community camp? I'm like, yes, because you always learn something new. So I enjoy that part of community camp.
Yeah, no, I love it. And you guys are always on the panel, and Toyam comes and he leads the classroom and he works with the younger guys and he does so well. And that's a confidence booster for him. So even though he's verbal, he's working on some other skills, right? We love seeing you at camp. So any camp, let us know.
He loves being a big shot role, like you always say.
Yeah, he loves it because he realizes how far he's come, right?
Right. So we'll be in the spring.
Awesome.
Also, thanks to your family, your kids who are all so passionately involved in making this happen. I know personally, all your kids are so passionate and always available to any of these events, or even in community camp. I've seen entire family handing out the pizzas, cleaning after people, doing the camp. So it is a family affair at this point. So thank you.
Oh, yeah, it's wonderful. I love it. My kids were like, I feel like born into this because Sophie was the one that had this, right? So my other children and Brandon, they've been involved in my passion for almost 30 years, right? They only know from this, and luckily they're building their own careers. But it's wonderful. It's wonderful to see everyone and all the families that gather. Communicamp is just my very favorite thing because you're educating, you're doing treatment, you're seeing the evolution over the course of a 3+ day weekend. It's just, you see the changes. You see the changes in parents from the morning to the afternoon, and sense of their hope and their knowledge, and by the end of the weekend, and the friendships you guys make with other parents. So I am excited you're going to come to another camp. I love how you talk on the panel too. So thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.
All right. Bye,
Take care.
Dr. Reed.
Bye.